In this video, I'm going to demonstrate how to complete the PowerPoint Chapter 2 Guided Project 2-3. So with our instructions displayed here, we're going to click on the Start file to download the Start file, and then we'll open that up in PowerPoint and click on the Enable Editing. And we don't need to rename our file because once you open it, it appends your first and last name to the file name. So we can skip over question 2. For question 3, we're going to insert a cutout people image in our first slide. So on the navigation pane there, select slide number 1, make sure that's selected, and then we're going to go to the Insert tab. And in the Illustrations section, we're going to choose the Icons button. And then once that task pane comes up, we're going to select the Cutout People category. And we're going to find the cutout person named Anthony. There it is. Okay, so once you find Anthony, you're going to click on that. And we want to select this cutout person where he's holding a notebook, and then click on the Insert. And then we're going to change the height to 7.2 inches. So with this picture selected and the Picture Format tab selected, we're going to go to the height here, and we're going to change that to 7.2 and then hit enter. And then we're going to move the image over to the right. So just click on the border there or just click on the picture and drag it over to the right. And then we're going to click on the Align button here under the Picture Format tab. And we're going to click on the Align Bottom. And that completes step number 3. So for step number 4, we're going to display slide 2. So go to the navigation pane, select slide 2. And on the title placeholder, we're going to select the title placeholder. So click on the outside border of the title placeholder. And we're going to change the height to 3 inches. So to do that, we'll find that on the shape format. So with that title placeholder selected, click on Shape Format, and we're going to change the width to 3 inches, or height to 3 inches rather. So just change that to a 3, and then this is going to be 7.5 for the width, and then hit Enter. And that'll make sure that it's displayed on 2 lines. So now with that title placeholder still selected, under the Shape Format tab, we're going to click on the Text Effects. We're going to go down here to the Transform category, and then we have to use this slider to go all the way down to the bottom, and we'll find that Cascade Up and click on that effect. And then we're going to use the text fill here. With that still, the title placeholder still selected, click on the text fill, and we're going to go down here to the 5th column, 2nd row from the bottom, going to be text or teal accent 1, darker 25%. I'm going to select that. And then we're going to click the text outline button here, and we're going to choose the black background 2. And then we're going to position the title so it's in the upper left-hand corner. So we're just going to drag it up here so it's kind of up here in the upper left-hand corner. It doesn't have to be perfect. And then we're going to delete this subtitle placeholder just by clicking on it and then hitting the delete button. That'll delete that, and that completes step number 4. For step 5, we're going to convert a bulleted text to a SmartArt graphic. So we're going to display slide 3 to do that. So on your navigation pane, select slide 3, and then we're going to select the bulleted list here. So just click on that bulleted list to select it. And we're going to convert that to SmartArt. So on the Home tab, in the paragraph group, there's this button that says Convert to SmartArt. We're going to choose the process type to the more SmartArt graphics, and then we'll go into the process category, and we're going to choose this increasing arrows process. And then click OK. And then we're going to apply the cartoon style from the 3D group So up here in the Smart Art Styles, if we click on this More button, the 3D group, the third one over is the cartoon style, so we'll select that. And then we're going to select the three white shapes. So in our Smart Art graphic, we can select this by clicking on the white box here, the first white box, and then hold the control key down, click the second one, and with the control key still down, click the third box. And then we're going to use the Tan Text Lighter 2 60% on the color shape fill. So we need to go to the Format tab, click on the shape fill, and then we want the fourth color in the third row. It's the, excuse me, the shape fill. We're going to use, we're going to select Tan Text 2 Lighter 60%. There it is. So it's in the third row, fourth column. And then we're going to select the three arrows and click the Text Fill drop-down arrow. So click on the first arrow there, hold the control key down, click on the second arrow, hold the control key down, and then click on the third arrow. Now we have the three arrows selected, and we're going to use the Text Fill, and we're going to choose the black background 2, which is in the third column there, first row. And that completes step number 5. Now in step number 6, we're going to go to slide number 4. And if you don't know, if we go back to slide 5, it looks like that because of the changes that we made. Slide 4, we're going to modify the table formatting. So we're going to select this 2-column table on the left-hand side by just clicking on it. And then we want to verify that the header and banded rows buttons are selected. And we're going to find those on the table design tab here over in the upper left-hand corner. So the header row button is selected and the banded rows button is selected. So we're good there. And then we're going to click the More button on the Table Styles group to open up the Styles gallery. So under the Table Design tab, in this Table Styles, we're going to click on that More button to open that up. And then we're going to apply the Medium Style 2 Accent 1, which is the second color in the 7th row. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Here it is right here. Medium Style 2, Accent 1. Apply that color. And then we're going to select the first row and click the Text Fill button and apply the black background 2 style. So the first row on this table, just select the text on the first row there. And then we're going to go up here to the Text Fill button and select black background 2. And that completes that. And then we're going to do the same thing for this one on this table on the right-hand side. So select that table, and we're going to go back to the table styles rather, remember 7th row, second column, mediums 2, and then we're going to select the first row, or select the text in that first row there. And then we're going to choose the Text Fill and black background 2. So basically just repeated the same things that we did to that first table. And then that completes step number 6. For step number 7, we're going to insert a new slide after slide 4 with the total and content layout. So with your slide 4 selected on the navigation pane. We're going to go up here to the Insert and select the New Slide button, and then we're going to choose Title and Content, and that'll create a slide number 5. Okay, so make sure slide 5, the one we just created, is selected, and we're going to put in the title called Starting Salaries, comma, Selected Jobs. So starting salaries, comma, selected jobs. And always want to make sure that you've got, the case and the punctuation and the spelling correct. Okay. And then we're going to click on the Insert Chart button on the context placeholder here, which is this Insert Chart button here. And then we're going to click the bar chart type on the left side here. And we want the clustered bar chart, which is that first one. So click on that and then click OK. And then we're going to select columns C and D on this worksheet by just clicking on the column headings, drag it over, and then delete those. So we can just click on the delete button. Well, right click and then click delete. So right click on those and delete those. And notice that changed the look of our chart so that the blank column is deleted and the chart displays correctly with no blank space. So now we're going to replace the worksheet data for columns A and B with the data that's in that table in the instructions. So for category 1 here, select that cell and delete what's in there, delete the category 1 and replace it with cyber security. Oops. Analyst. And I'm going to hit the tab key, and that's going to be 89,000, so 89, 000. And then tab down to where it says category 2. And now we're going to put applications developer. Tab over and make sure you get the amounts right here. 84.5, 84, 500. And then down to category 3, we're going to replace that with project manager. So you get a backspace project manager. So tab over, and that's 73.4. And then tab down, and this is where it starts to look a little, well, after category 4. So I'm going to type this, I'm going to pause this for just a second and type this in. So once you've typed in network specialist and you typed in the salary for that and you hit the tab key, it'll take you down to the next row, and we're going to put computer support specialist 45.5. And once you hit the tab key to enter that 45.5, you're going to get this warning. It says Excel found a problem with one or more formula references in this worksheet. Check that all the cell references, range names, so forth are correct. Just click OK on that. And then type in the rest of the data that's in table 2-12. I'm going to pause the video while I do that. Yeah, I've finished typing the data that's in that table 2-12 in the instructions. And I can make this worksheet window larger by just clicking on this, and just going to drag this a little bit bigger so we can see the whole thing. Plus, the instructions don't say to do this, but I want to make sure that I typed all this stuff incorrectly, and so that it looks just like the table that's in the instructions. Because if you get one of these numbers wrong or you're missing, you're going to get points off. So make sure it says cybersecurity analyst, and just like the table in the instructions. Okay, mine looks pretty good. So I'm going to close that worksheet. And then for step 8, we're going to modify the bar chart. So first thing we're going to do is delete the Series 1 chart title and legend. So click on this Series 1 for the chart title, hit the delete key, and then do the same thing for the Series 1 legends. Just select that and hit the delete key. Okay, and then we're going to click the chart frame right here. It's already selected, so you notice there's the chart frame is not selected. If I click on the outside, you want to make sure it's the outside boundary that's selected. And we're going to change the fill color. So to do that, we're going to click on the Format tab, and we're going to go here to the Shape Fill, and we're going to choose the Teal Accent 1 darker 50%. So that's the last one in the column 5 here, Teal Accent 1 darker 50%. Okay, and then we're going to change the chart area width to 12 inches. So that's under the Format tab over here in the Size section. We're going to change that to 12. And then we're going to click the Align button and align it in the center. And then we're going to select the vertical category axis and change the font size to 18. So over here on the left-hand side, by clicking on this help desk, these labels here in the left, that selects the vertical category axis. And we know that we have that selected because up here in the current selection area, it says vertical axis category. So then with that selected, we can right click on that and I get that it's selected and then right click on it. And then we can select font and we can change the font size to 18 and then click OK. And then we're going to do the same thing for the horizontal axis. So down here, click on these numbers at the bottom. That's the horizontal axis. And again, we can see in the current selection area, it says horizontal value axis. And then we can right click on that again and select font and then change this to 18. And then click OK. And that completes step number 9. For step 10, we're going to insert a new slide after slide 5 with title and content. So with your slide 5 selected, we go to the Insert tab, select New Slide, select Title and Content, and now that creates a slide 6, and that slide is selected. Okay, so on that slide, we're going to create a pie chart. So first thing we're going to do is put the slide title, and that's Employee Job Satisfaction. Okay, and then we're going to click the Insert Chart icon, and this time we're going to select a pie chart, and we want it to be a 3D pie chart. And then we can click OK, and that'll bring up this pie chart with this worksheet again. And now we're going to replace the worksheet data with the data in table 2-13 in the instructions. So first thing we're going to do is replace this sales with satisfaction percentage. That. And then for first quarter and so forth, we're going to replace all of those entries with the entries that are in table 2-13. So I'm going to pause the video while I do that. Okay, I replaced the information with what's in that table 12-3, and I'm going to expand this so I can see the whole table. And you don't have to do this for the instructions. I do this just to make sure that everything is matching what's in the table in the instructions. So this should say satisfaction percentage. This is very satisfied, 15. Somewhat satisfied, 37. Undecided, 18. Somewhat unsatisfied, 22. And then very dissatisfied, 8. Okay, so then we can close that worksheet. And now we're going to modify our pie chart. So we're going to drag that title over to the left here. So click on the title and then on the boundary, see how it becomes a quad arrow? You can drag it over. We're just going to pull it over to the left here. So it says satisfaction percentage there. And then we're going to increase the font size to 24%. So we're going to go to the Home tab in the font section. We're going to change this to 24. And and then we're going to click on the Chart Elements button and select Legend and use this arrow to the right. And we're going to make sure that we select the right option there so that our legend is on the right hand side. Then we're going to increase the legend size font size to 20 points. So to do that, we click on the legend, and then we can go to the Home tab in the font section and select 20. That'll increase the size. We click outside of that, then we can make those go away. And then we're going to drag the legend to the bottom right of the chart. So right here, select the legend and drag it down to the bottom right of the chart. Look a little bit lower. I'm looking at the instructions to see where they've got it. I think if you just drag it down to the right, that'll be fine. And we probably want this, according to the picture, I'm going to drag this over a little bit further too. Oops. Maybe drag it up a little bit. That looks pretty close to what the picture shows in the instructions, so that should be good. And then we're going to click the Chart Elements button again and select the data labels. Make sure that this box is checked. And then we're going to use the right arrow to select inside end. Okay. And then we're going to click on the Chart Elements drop-down arrow to select the series. So to do that, we got to click on the Chart Design tab. The Format tab. And then over here, in the current selection, we're going to click on that pull down, and we're going to choose this one at the very bottom, the Series Satisfaction Percent data labels. And that'll select the data labels for you can see it shows on the chart. See if you got those blue buttons next to it. And then we can change that font size to 24. So to do that, we go to the Home tab, and in the font section, click on our pull down here and change it to 24. And we also want it to be bold. So click on the bold button there. So it should say 24 and bold in the font section. And then we're going to apply transitions to our PowerPoint presentation. So we can click outside of that, go up here to the Transitions tab, and in the transitions, we're going to use the blinds effect. So to find that, we need to click on the More button here. And the blinds effect is right here in the exciting section, second row, second column. And then we're going to click on the Apply to All button here to apply that transition to all of our slides. And then we're going to go to the slide 6, our last slide here, and we're going to apply the zoom effect. So I'm going to expand this again, and the zoom effect is right here, the next row below, fourth column, and that'll apply that transition to just slide 6. Because remember, we did the previous one, we applied it to all, and then we just overrode the one that was applied, the blinds transition. We overrode that by clicking on this zoom button. Okay, so then we can save and close our presentation, and then we'll be able to submit it. So once you've saved and closed it, you can upload it by clicking on the upload button and click on open, and then click on submit. And hopefully, cross your fingers, we got 100%. And there we go. Okay, hope that helps. And if you like this video, please make sure you click the subscribe and like buttons. Thank you for watching.